Howdy! Look at my big gun! It's beautiful, is it not? This is the Komorex. It is a sentience-themed weapon, well, to be more specific, an amalgam-themed weapon that came out several years ago, around, I want to say close to the time of Scarlet Spear, but I'm likely wrong about that. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. It's very satisfying. I used to use it religiously, and it's quite strong to say the least. Very, very capable of endgame content even. So let's get to the stats on the weapon. It is a sniper rifle, as you likely could tell from the scope, with actually terrible base crit chance. It has a magazine of 20, a fire rate of 5, and it also has built-in ammo conversion. The stats are, like I said, 16% crit chance, 2.1 crit multiplier, 35% status chance, and then 9.7, 40.7, 46.6 for impact, puncture, and slash respectively. So lots of slash and puncture. It is very much a status sniper. It has a unique trait though, so the scope effect, because all snipers have a scope in effect, is on the normal 2x zoom, it gives a negative 50% recoil and plus 2 punch through, making it like a fast firing scout rifle sort of. On the alt zoom for 3.5, you get 100% damage added. This is modded damage added with serration. 3.6 explosion radius, it makes an explosion, and negative 75% fire rate. That fire rate is also modded fire rate, so we can actually fix it very, very easily. The explosion also does a separate instance of damage that deals viral damage. So you can have viral without building for it at all in the weapon. Now, let's get into the builds. I'm actually going to take off. I have a Riven for it. I just got it from my very good friend, Sen Poppy. It's fairly decent crit chance, crit damage, status duration. I really like it, but we won't be showing it right now. So the first build I want to show is going to be a Hunter Munitions build, because, I mean, we've got viral inherent. Now, we do need to overcome a fairly big problem that we have here. And that would be not having high crit chance, because, Hunter Munitions. We want crit chance. So that's a tad bit of an issue. Now we also need to fix the horrible fire rate, but we can just slap on Vile Acceleration for that, and all our problems are gone. I probably recommend Galvanized Aptitude over Amalgam Serration, but I don't have my gun formatted right for that right now, so we'll be sticking with Amalgam Serration. Primary Merciless is good here if you're getting lots of kills, since Deadhead can't proc off slash kills, but if you can get melee kills, Dexterity would be better for sure, because Merciless does not stay up consistently. Obviously, we need multi-shots, then where is... Vital Sense. Shabam. Crit damage on top of that. And we already have Viral, so we don't need to build any Viral into the weapon at all. Because, well, like I said, the alt fire has it. So we're pretty big chillin' as far as that goes. So we've got damage, multi-shot, crit chance, crit damage, fire rate, Hunter Munitions, which leaves the last two slots as really flex slots for whatever you feel like you want. But I would recommend going for more crit chance. It's kind of hard to fix the crit chance. I would definitely recommend Arcane Avenger. I've been recommending Avenger with way too many weapons as of late, but it just really helps a lot of weapons with bad base crit. But you can go Galvanized Scope. You won't be able to get the headshot kills to proc almost ever, but the on headshot, the initial effect for the 120% crit chance is pretty nice to have. So it's not worthless. Then Target Acquired is actually a good option here, because this is a multiplicative buff onto your headshots, and you want to get headshots with this weapon as much as you can. So that's what we'll be running. Just so you know, I've got nothing affecting my damage on my Warframe. Now we'll spawn in the enemies, and we are going to need to get the first kill. It does have the benefit of being a sniper rifle. It can get the sniper combo build up. Now snipers, if you didn't know, can build combo just like melees, but it works differently. It's very weird on the amount of hits it takes for combo, right? Like, you start with no combo multiplier, and as you build it up, it will take way more hits to build up. Like, to go from 3.5 to a 4 times combo multiplier, you need 1,200 hits to get a 4 times. 3.5 is at like 300 hits. That's rough. So realistically, you won't be much higher than 2.5 most of the time. But it does decay very, very slowly. Like, I think 2 combo every 5 seconds of not hitting an enemy. So that's not that big of a deal. It does make enemies stagger a lot because of the impact procs, which is annoying. But we can't really do much about that unless we had a Riven for negative impact. So now we should be getting some pretty decent damage. Not amazing, but as we keep building up our procs, and you can see our shot combos at 2 times, once that builds up higher, our damage is going to keep going, because that's also multiplicative with everything else. Now we are at 3 times combo, because we are at over 200 hits. It's about 200 hits to get to 3 times combo. And 3.5 is... Actually, I think I was wrong. Yeah, 3 is at like 300 something, but there we go. 3.5 is like 420 or something like that. But 4 times is going to be at 1200 hits or so. So now that we have our stacks built up and we have our combo built up, now let's see what sort of damage we can get ourselves into. That's not bad at all. For a sniper rifle that has built-in ammo mutation and AoE as well. Of course, like I said, more crit chance would help substantially on this weapon. And being able to kill fast to get more damage from Merciless actually staying active would also be very, very nice. You can see we got really unlucky with Slashbox there. It took us 3 shots to kill the enemy. I did not need to shoot that guy a second time. And if you don't like this fire mode, you can just use the normal fire mode. But it's not quite as strong, and we won't be able to apply viral because the viral is from the explosion on the 3.5 times zoom. So now that you've seen the Hunter Munitions build, I actually prefer to build this weapon for base damage, right, and corrosive. So we'll probably want to remove the Riven. We've got Deadhead here because it's easier to keep up. We'll get this damage much more often. We get the headshot multiplier, which is multiplicative with any other headshot multiplier, so another 30% damage. We'll actually be able to stack Galvanized Scope, so after we get enough headshot kills and we keep getting headshot kills, we can keep 200% more crit chance up, which puts us at a comfortable, because it's 16 base, 80% crit chance. So if you do have a Riven, like this Riven, we are maxed out on crit chance now. We just barely managed to hit 100% with this. But if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can replace it with something else. We've got high voltage malignant force here so that we can get our corrosive damage. And then the rest of the build is mostly the same, other than the arcane. If you do not have the Riven, you can go target acquired, like I did in the other build, because this is multiplicative with the headshot multiplier from Deadhead. So lots of damage, lots and lots of big PP damage. Now we can go in and kill the enemies. We will have to build up our stacks again, and our sniper combo went away, which is unfortunate. But it's not hard to build it back up, so we can just spam the weapon until we're at least, like, what, 3 times? I'd say that's a pretty fair number to be at. There we go. Now we're going to come back here, reset them, just so that they can... There we go. I guess my controller didn't want to have the button work to let me actually kill them. Alright, now let's start doing some damage. We obviously don't have any freaking stacks up right now, which is unfortunate. But it's not hard to build them up. Look at my hits. 159, 161, 163. Every enemy hit with the explosion is actually going to count towards building your sniper combo. There we go. 2 shots. 2 shots. These enemies are now dying in only 2 shots. Which, that guy died in a single shot because the AoE had already primed him. That was an orange crit, so easily one-shot him. This is some pretty good damage for no Riven, no Warframe buffs, no companion buffs. You can easily get them to be one-shot by adding in any sort of other buff, right? Like some of these guys dying in one shot. But you can get consistent one-shots by adding in some sort of other buffs into the mix. And just with Vial Acceleration, even though we have critical deceleration on, right, you can see it shoots very fast in this firing mode. And here I'm going to have to reload. And it shoots fairly fast in the alt fire mode as well, right? With the 3.5 sting. That is some very respectable fire rate, to say the least. It's a very juicy weapon. Then if you were to have a Riven, this isn't even the best Riven ever, but it's good enough because we got the crit damage and crit chance so that we can get guaranteed crits here. We are losing a 60% headshot multiplier, so realistically our damage actually goes down in comparison, but it's not that big of a deal because we get more consistent damage instead. So we're giving up higher damage for more consistent damage by putting this Riven on. Then we can also add in, say, wait a minute, I don't want Panzer Multiplier. Let's put in a Worm. You can get fire rate from reinforced spawn, but that's not the biggest one we want. It's mostly tenacious for another 1.2 crit damage multiplier. And just that is going to massively increase our damage. Plus consistency. So now we may as well, yeah, from back here I can build my combo back up again. So let's just do that before we go in so that it's fair. Remember, you always want to be getting hits before you start really worrying about anything with your sniper. That way you build up the combo. And since it decays so slowly, you don't really have to worry about it almost ever as long as you're killing enemies every now and then with the gun. So just worry about building up the combo in a mission, and then after that you're big chill and just start killing shit. There we go, and I'm going to pick up this ammo. Reset the enemies. And now, our damage after we start building up our stacks. This is the damage of the gun's normal fire without any stacks, right? Because we can actually show it. That's some pretty... It has inherent slash, so we can proc slash without hunter munitions sometimes. And it will do fairly decent damage. Not bad by any means. Oh, now we got the stacks going, right? So now... get our crit chance to go up more. There we go. Beautiful. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. Now they're all dying in single hits. Quite juicy, to say the least. Oh, okay, yeah, that guy died to a slash block. Barely survived the direct hit. Every now and then they won't die, but most of the time they're gonna get clapped. Komx is beautiful. It's kind of ugly, but you can put a skin on it if you don't like how it looks. Like this, it comes from the deluxe skin pack for Nova, or you could always buy this skin. I actually like this one more, but I don't have it. This is quite nice, because the base gun, it is understandable if you hate how it looks. I think you get the blueprint in the dojo, I could be wrong, but definitely give the weapon a try. These are the main two builds I've tried. You could go gas, if you really wanted to, because you do have viral inherent, which is quite nice. And that wouldn't if you want to go gas, the only thing you really have to switch will be from high voltage to thermite rounds, right? So slap that on instead. Then, just for the sake of, you know, having grouping, so it's always fair, because that's what makes gas strong. It's only fair to show it in comparison. It's like how did I get knocked down there? What is going? I'm so confused. What? Hang on, I need to, like, apparently try switching my frame because I'm just getting knocked down. Hello? What? What? Twice in a row? Hello? Can somebody please tell me in the comment section why that is happening? What? I'm so confused. Is it going to quit? No? Great. Well, my game is bugged out, so hold up. I guess we have to leave the simulacrum and rejoin it. This video is going to be just a tad bit long because of that, and I don't want to have to deal with cutting it. That was very strange. Very strange, to say the least. Okay, back to the simulacrum. Anyways, now that we're not getting staggered for no fucking reason, make sure the build is still here. Yes, sir. Gas build still with the Riven, so we can get the consistent crit chance, though we did take the companion off. Now we can go in. We will first armor strip to get our stacks built up, as well as build our combo. I'm only going to go to a 3 times combo this time because it's easier to get there and I don't want to have to wait forever, right, while we do this shit. There we go. Now, Yeah, it'll be fine if I don't reset the enemies, right? See, most of them are grouped up. So now we just unload into them. Even with the armor, look at that. These are armored enemies, and they're dying pretty easily. That's without any faction. If we put like a faction mod on instead of that Riven, our damage would actually be higher, or if we, cast Roar. So let's say I would cast Roar, which is quite easy to get, right? You can put it on any frame. Here, I'm going to do it with base strength, just so that you can see, because like 50% damage on Roar is pretty reasonably obtainable on any Warframe, isn't it? I'd say so. Damn it, I have to build up my combo again. This is so annoying when you're trying to test a weapon, is having to build up the sniper combo. Kinda pisses me off, but oh well, it is what it is. There we go, 3 times. Now we reload, kill the enemies, respawn the enemies. They took a little bit of damage from gas pox, but that's pretty irrelevant. Just remembered I don't have ensnare on this build, son of a bitch. Well, there we go. Now we'll put stretch back on. Okay, now we can do it. So I'm so sorry about all the inconveniences, and now gotta build my combat back up. Please don't try to test snipers in the simulacrum unless you really need the information, because oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass, to be totally honest. But I love this weapon, trust it. It's a really good weapon, trust me. My sources, I made it the fuck up. No, for real though. It's actually great. We are not going to build up our stacks, I guess not. Which is actually going to affect our damage quite heavily, although I forgot I'm trying to cast Roar here. Oh yes, there we go. Now did we? No, we did not get a deadhead stack, but you can see the damage is very, very good even without the deadhead stacks, since we have Roar, which, double dips on dots. And then without Roar, if you armor strip like Uneru, I'm willing to bet one shot is gonna do it, right? Like, if one shot doesn't do it, I will be extremely surprised. Hold up, armor strip, and then we'll just do one shot in the middle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's great. It's very, very great. But that's going to be it for the Komorex. So if you liked the video, then leave a like and subscribe. We also have a Discord if you check the YouTube's description on the channel. Adios.